For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Been calling, 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 calling. Who's been calling, 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 calling? Who's been calling, 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 calling? Across the land, all across the world, echoes of voices, we join hand in hand. Harmony rise in the afternoon sun. Come along, NewsSpin has begun. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world. Truth from St. Lucia to sandy shores, from cities and hills to the Caribbean breeze. We sing together, hearts at ease. Education to open every mind. Learn about your country, leave no one behind. When NewsSpin is on your radio, come along hands in hands, voices in unity, singing loud. NewsSpin, who's the best, better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world. St. Lucian's heart to the world's every land. Knowledge unites us hand in hand. Yeah, Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. Tim on NewsSpin call, bridging gaps between us all. Voices lift on high, under one sky we unify. NewsSpin is on education for all, from city streets to mountains tall. Learn your history, share your dreams. Together we light the world with our flame. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world. Better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world. NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world. Yeah, NewsSpin is the best, better than all talk show. Most monitored talk show in the world.
Very soon we'll be going off the air, so St. Lucia will be one tranquil place without any kind of problems at all. Rest assured, be a perfect place because NewsSpin will be going off the air as of Friday. Friday will be our last day, and then we go into vacation. And God spare my life, we'll be back with a brand new season of the world's most monitored talk show. Of course, we go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. In a moment, your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Amanda is here. She will be going through some of your comments in the chat room and provide us with some updates. Don't forget, we are on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the TuneIn app, Radio Garden, the NewsSpin Facebook page, as well as NewsSpin YouTube channel. Like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. Society is faltering on the weight of negativity. And that, among other things, climate change included, is keeping the St. Lucian Prime Minister up at night. And that is an observation the Prime Minister made following his swearing in to serve his second term as the St. Lucian leader. While this is a fair observation, the Prime Minister gave the impression that those who are peddling and transmitting the fake news, the misinformation and disinformation are coming from a particular political side. Let me dare say that there's just too much of that, first of all, happening on social media in St. Lucia. It is widespread, and we should not attribute it to supporters of one political party only. It is happening across the board. Whether there are instances people are not political, but they like to gossip, they like to spread false news, they engage in unproductive exercises on social media, but also it involves in the main zealots, hardcore supporters of the respective political parties in this country. And so when such announcements are made, when as a leader you're addressing particular issues in the country and you want to reach people who are responsible for a particular course of action that is proving detrimental to the country, in order to be effective, you certainly have to address the audience and those who are responsible across the board. Because do not tell me that there's only one side. People who oppose the government are involved in that kind of practice, that bad behavior of spreading misinformation and disinformation. I mean, NewsSpin is a victim of this. We are a victim of this nearly every day. It is happening so often. The false impression has been given and reference being made to the host of the program spreading false news and misinformation. We don't get involved in that at all. As a matter of fact, we are providing human service to the St. Lucian public. We are a lonely voice in this hybrid media environment that has been overtaken by those who are in authority. And it's happening for obvious reasons. You listen to certain talk shows, particularly on mornings, and you wonder whether you're existing in this St. Lucian environment, whether you're truly living in this country, whether those people are not making reference to another country. And talking about reference, continuous reference is being made to this program, or if it's not the program itself, but to the host of the program. So I'll be off for a while. Let's see who you guys will pick on. Let's hear Prime Minister Philip J. Piazzi says the St. Lucian society is faltering on the weight of negativity.
I must confess that there is a matter that has caused me deep concern and has kept me awake most nights. in addition to climate change. I'm concerned that our society appears to be faltering under the weight of negativity. If we are not careful, we will pay a heavy price. My government will therefore do all it can to help resolve this trend of negativity. Within the context of this negativity, we should not encourage division and hate as normal behavior. Instead, we need to be more tolerant of those with views that are different from ours, while treating them with greater patience and respect. Social media has now become an essential aspect of our society's engagement with itself. We must therefore commit to steering away from using it for negative and destructive purposes. It shouldn't be a platform for vilifying and destroying others with whom we disagree, for slander, malicious rumors, propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation.
Now, sometimes you have to take those things with a grain of salt, because when politicians are in office, they could have a useful discussion taking place in the country and fair criticism being leveled at the authority, and those people on the receiving end will see it as negativity. When they are in opposition, they see this as useful discussion taking place in the country. It's not negativity. You're not criticizing the government. That's what the opposition will say. You're not criticizing the government. You're being fair in your approach, in your analysis. I've not come across one government in St. Lucia over the last several years that has seen fair criticism as just that. They see it as negativity. They see it as attacks. They see it as the spreading of misinformation and disinformation. See what's happening in the United States with President Trump. A reporter would pose a question to him and would reference something that he said a few minutes ago or a few hours prior, one day later, and he would label that reporter as incompetent and the media house that they represent as the purveyors of fake news. And so that is what is happening in most instances when you have leaders addressing those various issues. They see it as an attack as opposed to you facilitating useful discussion in the country. They see it as exaggeration. But we're going to learn a lot from those experiences. And of course, going forward, we'll always have the butting of heads between some reporters and those in authority. And then you'll have some reporters accommodating to the powers that be, press conferences, giggling, and so on, not taking the job seriously. So come Friday, my information is Friday afternoon, the new cabinet of ministers will be sworn in. What shape that cabinet will take, the composition of the cabinet, the size of the cabinet, because you're talking about the SLP winning 14 of the island's 17 seats. You have two so-called independents, and they were part of the cabinet of ministers the last time around. What will happen? And then you have the lone voice on the opposition benches, Mr. Alan Chasney of the United Workers' Party. In my opinion, in terms of the composition and the allocation of portfolios, just making some suggestions. Don't want anyone to accuse me of spreading misinformation or disinformation. I'm not saying that is how the various portfolios will be allocated. I'm just making a few suggestions. So you already have the Prime Minister being minister with responsibility for finance and economic development as well as the youth economy. You're wondering whether he can pair the youth economy with that of youth development and also sports, and whether also you should have a standalone ministry called the Ministry of Education as opposed to having portfolios that have nothing to do per se with education. You have sustainable development. That certainly might go with the Ministry of Physical Development and Urban Renewal. Then you have the Prime Minister being also the minister with responsibility for national security and justice, in addition to finance, economic development, and youth. Wondering whether you could have a separate ministry focusing on those related areas: home affairs, national security, and justice. Because crime was definitely a serious issue during the reign of the previous administration, and I'm sure you listening and watching this broadcast can attest to that. A lot of you would have been victims of one crime or the other, and if not you, relatives, etc. You have to also look at the matter pertaining to the Ministry with responsibility for health. It's well placed with wellness and elderly affairs, whether Mr. Moses Jean-Baptiste should be allocated that particular ministry. With regard to Minister for External Affairs, International Trade, Civil Aviation, and Diaspora Affairs, I believe there's a misfit there. Civil aviation can be assigned to the person who is holding on to the Ministry of Tourism. And whether the minister with responsibility for tourism, Dr. Ernest Hilaire, in addition to serving as in that portfolio, tourism, tourism and civil aviation, why not allocate investment to the other ministry? That's the ministry focusing on trade or consumer affairs, and the holder of that ministry right now is Emma Hippolyte, the MP for Soufrière. Creative industries, it seems to be a misfit there as to whether it should have this person who is holding on or serving in the Ministry with responsibility for tourism, whether that person should also have creative industries and culture, in addition to information and broadcasting as well. But the Prime Minister, in his wisdom, will set up his cabinet, and I'm sure will be making that determination. Minister of Education, Sean Edward, isn't he worthy of a promotion? First, he was minister with responsibility for youth development and sports. Given the education ministry or portfolio, whether he can be made the minister with responsibility for infrastructure. Just some observations that I'd like to share on this broadcast this afternoon. On a more jocular note, come Friday, ministers will be sworn in. And I've observed there's one particular word that normally would pose some kind of a challenge to some MPs in terms of pronouncing and pronunciation of that particular word. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case in St. Lucia, as I will demonstrate to you. It's not a St. Lucian thing. It happens in Africa, happened recently in St. Vincent. So here we go with a guy who did it expertly. That is Mr. Alfred Prosper, when he was being sworn in the last time around as the minister with responsibility for agriculture.
I, Alfred Paul Prosper, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to St. Lucia, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of St. Lucia, and that I will conscientiously and impartially discharge my responsibilities to the people of St. Lucia. So help me God.
So the word is normally mispronounced around this time of year when the MPs have to be sworn in conscientiously. Let's listen to Dr. Kishon Shallow over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
I, Kishon Shallow, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true to the allegiance to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I will conscientiously, I, Kishore Shallow, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true to the allegiance to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that I will uphold and defend the Constitution and the laws of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I will conscientiously.
Let's go over to South Africa.
I, Pemi Castellina Pamela Machudina, I swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey and respect and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic, and I undertake to hold my office as the minister with honor and dignity, to be a true and faithful counselor, not to divulge directly or indirectly any secret matter entrusted to me, and to perform the functions of my office conscientiously, and the best of my ability. Conscientiously.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
I guess
we'll get it right. Conscientiously.
Conscientiously.
Yes.
Conscientiously.
Yes. Okay.
I, Pemi Castellina Pamela Machudina, I swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and will obey and respect and uphold the Constitution and all other law of the Republic, and I undertake to hold my office as the minister with honor and dignity, to be a true and faithful counselor, not to divulge directly or indirectly any secret matter entrusted to me, and to perform the functions of my office conscientiously, and the best of my ability. Conscientiously.
We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
I guess
we'll get it right. Conscientiously.
Conscientiously.
Yes.
Conscientiously.
Yes. Okay.
Word will have to be pronounced on Friday, when those ministers will be sworn in to serve the new term as part of the Cabinet of Ministers. Let's take your calls right now at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. During the course of the broadcast, we'll also be focusing on developments within the United Workers' Party. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, it says there, good afternoon, Tim. Full of jokes. Another one says, okay, let's take a call instead. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Please go ahead with your contribution. Caller. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
My apologies. I said you know already, but it's difficult staying away. Knowing that it's the last week.
Understand.
So, and we usually have, I think that break is too long. So we'll have to find a way somewhere between the year to take a week or so, Tim, so that you could shorten the Christmas break.
No caller. Here's that. When we are around, because because in trouble in the people country, we stay with this. Okay. Hold on. I want to be conscientiously on this issue. With destabilizing the people country, take a break, move in your way, leave y'all alone, run your country properly. No interference. Okay. Okay, caller?
Well, that's what we will do too. But as the iron is still hot, let us give it some heat. But Tim, it's sad. It's very sad. And you know what saddens me the most is that all of what this Prime Minister is doing, he has basically accused this Prime Minister and the Labour Party. They've basically accused the Alan and the United Workers' Party of doing exactly what they're doing. And the people are repeating the same thing, not even realizing that they've been hypnotized him. I listened to a Facebook post, how, it was said that Alan stopped the airport, how he did not continue the projects they started, and a whole list of things. But I replied to that post, and I'm saying, but what airport did Alan stop? All y'all had was an agreement y'all made with some foreign entity to take over our airport, just like y'all did with GPH and them. You understand? Alan came and he started the airport. Millions of dollars was spent. But you all were the one who stopped the airport. And you come in before an election saying how Alan stopped an airport. They did it, Tim. And they put the blame on Alan. And then the people are actually believing that nonsense. You understand? What I know the Labour Party started, you remember the water projects in Dennery and those places? The United Workers' Party completed it. Did the Viewfort water project. So how they started the dredging of John Compton Dam. So how did they stop water rehabilitation in St. Lucia? Tim, I don't listen to Yadi and them, but you sometimes see certain clips on NewsSpin and WhatsApp and so on. And there I am listening to Yadi calling a woman Kakashi or whatever it was, Tim. Your supporters listening to little clips on Richard Frederick calling women all kind of names. And you as a Prime Minister have never seen the need to come and denounce any of those things. None of them have them. Trying to say that they would disassociate themselves and these people are independent and they're not of their party and so on. They've never done that. And today you come in and play the victim and talking about, things that are division. That when your party is the one creating the division, you'll blacklist Alan Shastney. You understand? Creating the white man narrative. And today you want to come and talk about people creating division. You understand? So many things have been done in this country to create division by this Labour Party. I don't know why I still talking nothing. I really don't know why I still talking. But it just hurts me to hear that kind of nonsense and to let it go. Have a good day, Tim. Anyway, if I don't call you again, I wish you the best for the season. Hope everything works out. Hope we can have NewsSpin in the future.
Thank you so much, sir, and all the best to you. Thank you so much for calling. 4522979, your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have another call. Hello, good afternoon. You on the air?
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Greetings to you and to all of St. Lucia.
Same to you, sir.
All right, wonderful. Just want to say thank God the caller said I don't know why he's still talking, because I believe a message was sent out to St. Lucia to stop division and hate. And instead of backtracking on everything, I think let us move forward in a positive way for St. Lucia. The government has been, a new government has been selected by the people of St. Lucia. And I want to say that, in my honest opinion, I'm speaking from the heart, Tim. In my honest opinion, the government has been doing a wonderful job. Nobody's perfect. I will not say anybody's perfect. But if we, as St. Lucians, change that government, would have been at a standstill in the country, would have to pedal maybe 2 steps backward, and maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, the next government would have tried to pedal as fast as possible because the next election is coming. I'm saying again, we are in a forward trend. Let us keep the momentum. Let us support the government. Let us support the Prime Minister in the speech that he gave on his day of appointment as last Friday. And let us be one people. Let us not just go back on everything and spin top in mud. Let us move forward as a people. A message was sent last week. A strong message was sent last week. Let us move. Let us stop the division, as he said. I think life is short, people. We are here today. We go on tomorrow. Let's stop.
Let me interject and tell you. And that's the point I was making last week. It was misunderstood. You do not set about dividing the people one day, and as soon as the election comes and it goes, then unite the people. No, it does not work that way. It can't work that way. Hold on, it can't work so automatically, because one side is bruised, the next side is celebrating, and then you say, let's all come to... I cursed you, I insulted your mother.
I'm happy.
I called you names. I disrespected you.
You said it doesn't happen automatically.
I disrespected you, but forget about that, man. Let's just unite. It does not happen. It's a gradual process, and our leaders have to play that kind of role very early on. Let's focus on the issues. Let's focus on what is at stake for our country, the development of our country, and let's cease focusing on the personalities, because the damage sometimes can be irreparable.
Yes, it's true. But I'm happy you said it doesn't happen automatically, because automatic is like pressing a switch. So let's work hand in hand as one people. I know there are people who will never change from Flabo to SLP, and the same way vice versa. We are one people. We are St. Lucia. Let us stop digging and going back in the past. Let's move forward. Let's hold hands and let's make St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a wonderful place. But you know who spoils St. Lucia? We the people. Not the government. We the people are the ones who spoil St. Lucia. Let us make St. Lucia what it is supposed to be. Alright, Tim, that's the first time I'm calling any talk show in my life. That's the first time. I listen to all talk shows. I listen to you every day, Tim. I sometimes give beams on the chat, but that's my first time calling, because I believe let's move forward, man. Let us end 2025 and let's move forward. St. Lucia, as I said again, is a wonderful place. Let's make it what it is. Let's make it the heritage. Let's make it the Helen of the West again, man. Let's stop fussing and fighting, man. The people have spoken. We have spoken as a people, and let's move forward. Let's build St. Lucia. Let's make it what it is supposed to be, team. All right?
All right, sir.
And again, I want to say to you, season's greetings. Have a wonderful Christmas, team, and come back strong. Because, again, and one more thing, team. I believe every day we toss and turn about politics every day. But there's so much more happening in the country. So send your people out there, team, and let's discuss some other topics in the country as well, man. All right?
Thank you so much for calling. All the best to you as well.
Afternoon.
You too. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call in the landline. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, is Amanda there today?
She's there.
Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, Amanda. Good afternoon to you. Yes, Tim. Aaron Alexander here. I was listening to the show. I always listen to you, Tim. I always listen to all talk shows. I don't choose one over the other. I think some of them have their certain sway one side or the other, but I think just like the other caller just indicated, that last caller, the elections are over, and it's high time that we start looking forward and be optimistic about our future. The country has spoken, and it makes no sense for us to keep going back in the past and so on. I think the people have rendered their verdict as to how they see things in the country and who they entrust to lead the country. And we should just, try our best to think of things more uplifting. And earlier I heard you say that we cannot just switch from all the malpali, all the things that go on through the election and just feel as if, well, automatically we switch now to just unity and so on. It's a gradual process. And yes, Tim, I agree with you. Our leaders have to play a greater role in fostering that unity. But equally important, our talk show hosts and them have to do the same thing. Our talk show hosts and them, those various platforms that have talk shows, they're supposed to be engendering that sense of unity in our people and encouraging our people when they call the talk shows and bashing one side or the other to tell them, hey, listen, the election is over. Let us start being more united as a people.
But that's the point I'm making to you again, caller. You're asking me in this particular instance to do something that is impossible when the damage has been done by politicians on their respective... Hold on, caller. Hold on, please. I'm not a miracle worker. I don't know about the other talk show hosts, okay? I'm not a miracle worker. You don't go about the... If I'm having a conversation with you and I were to insult you and disrespect you, I can come the next day and say, offer my hand and say, kumbaya, let's be united and so on. That can't work, okay? I must first apologize, or I must never do that kind of thing in the first place, caller. I'm saying we are just being too hypocritical. We are just being too hypocritical. Don't divide the people one day and the next day let's unite. No, it cannot work that way, Connor. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay, Tim, but you are Christian, right? I suppose you're Christian, right? And
yes, I am.
Do you live by the Christian principle of
for example, somebody saying to me, as he said, he needs to call the other shows and say the same. Currently, there's a particular talk show that is bashing you. You understand? Currently, there's another talk show that is bashing me. And people are being hypocritical. Let's unite. Let's unite. The government has won. Let's unite. Come on.
Remember, we are all called to a higher principle and a higher level. So we cannot stoop to people's level. We have to maintain our own level.
Call is not stooping, because if we stick to one particular level and other people are not going along with what you're preaching there, then what we have? An imbalance, caller. All I'm saying, we have an imbalance.
Tim, but change will come. Change must come, Tim, because eventually the persons that are involved in that, when other people are calling them and just like I'm doing there right now to ask to stop this kind of thing, we should do it for all talk shows.
Other people will call them, the other people caller, and you know better. You know better. The other people will call and join them.
The
other people will call and join them, caller.
I could only speak for myself, Tim. And I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to all talk show hosts out there, turn it down. Let us stop the bashing. Let us stop this thing. The country has spoken. We have seen a clear mandate for the government. Let us support the government. Let us see how we could work together. Because remember, even the great Jesus Christ we talk about all the time, after they crucify him, what he said on the cross, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So I'm saying to us, if we're going to follow an example, that the example of Christ is the greatest example for all mankind, not just to certain talk show hosts or certain leaders, but it's for all mankind. So we have to ensure that we ourselves do not go down that road. And though people might try to bring us down and so on and so forth, we don't have to return evil for evil.
Okay.
We don't have to return bashing for bashing. All I'm saying, Tim, and I am one that is known. I have had my issues with different sides of the political spectrum, and I speak my mind, but I never bash people. So people must understand that today is Tim you bashing, tomorrow somebody is going to bash you, because that's how life goes. What goes around comes around. So I'm saying our leaders have a responsibility.
Caller, as soon as you put down the phone, call the other talk show and tell them to ease up. Okay, caller? All right. Thank you so much. Somebody says there, Tim, one-sided nonsense, bunch of nonsense and one-sided hypocrites. Let's see if we have another call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
One-sided hypocrites. Tim.
Hi, good afternoon, Rick.
First of all, every single person on that, when you opened with, mispronounced the word conscientiously.
Yeah.
Including Mr. Speaker.
Well, I didn't hear the speaker, and I didn't play the clip.
Well, you had the African speaker there, man.
You're talking about the African speaker? Yes, yes.
Well, I'm saying all of them mispronounced conscientiously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All of them did. That's what's even funnier about the whole thing. Tim, let me say this. Let us all move forward. And we're talking politics, huh?
Yeah.
Now, even if the majority of voters sided with one party, that doesn't mean the majority of people in the country endorse what the government is doing or not doing, All it means is that a number of people have voted to put the government back, and they may probably better organize campaign, all kinds of stuff. Wrong will be wrong until it is made correct. Because even in let us move forward, what we call forward, for example, some people might think it's looking forward to continue the CIP. Let's move forward because we can get money and this and that. There are a lot of people who have never agreed with the notion of CIP for a lot of good reasons, other than money, because the only reason we're selling our passports And that was not the original intention, just to sell passports. We were not opening ourselves up as salespeople of our passports. A lot of other things were attached to investment, all right?
Yes.
But Kenny Anthony said to you that he went along with it under pressure. And Kenny Anthony said in the House, and it's recorded in Hansard, that the CIP is problematic. And there are a number of politicians who consider it problematic. And there's also the matter of accountability for the CIP. The government is questionable, I'm using my words very carefully, on a lot of counts in relation to the CIP. Even the government people would have no choice but to admit that. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
For a start, the reports that the GEO are not presented. Even when you pick one, they are not so others. There's not nearly enough transparency in how the CIP is conducted. The allegations that people are multimillionaires based on their underhand dealings with CIP may not be true at all, Tim. But there are things that suggest that to certain people, right?
Because of a lack of transparency in how it is being managed.
Because of a lack of transparency.
Yeah.
So simply saying, let's all move forward, because the majority never meant right, Consensus never meant right, Tim. Consensus meant the majority of us decided to go in a certain direction. Most people thought racism and segregation, all those things, even to this day, are quite normal and good. There are people right now, there's some people, important people on the American media, people of great influence around the world, saying things about race that are straight out of the Nazi book, right as now as we speak to them. There are people who are telling you the majority of black people should be in prison. And they quote statistics as to why, Tim.
Yeah.
So because the government ran on that and won, meaning the majority agreed with the Nazi attitude of the government, does that mean everybody should sing songs of praise and move forward and say nothing? Should Martin Luther King have kept quiet because the majority of powerful people who put the presidents in office, the majority of Americans endorsed segregation and racism? Should Martin Luther King have shut the hell up and move forward? In other words, move forward in line, in lockstep with this racist government? That doesn't make sense. So we should all, I've said many times, even when we are called upon to unite, that is an unfinished sentence. It has to be unite to do what? If we're going to unite to go and rob all the banks and there, or unite to go kill a certain number of people, that is a big difference from uniting on a common positive cause determined by the people that this is in the interest of the country. Let's also go together. Unity is great because unity is strength.
But more than that, Rick, we have to be consistent in terms of the unity that we are preaching. Unity should not be something that is seasonal. Unity is not something that should be practiced after a general election. But across the board, on a daily basis, we have to ensure that we unite our country against quote-unquote invading forces, things that are beyond our control, even things, the natural resources, natural disasters. A common cause, yes. So I don't think about uniting after general election. Yes, we just ought to unite across the board, because the issues that are affecting this country, they're impacting all of us as a people.
I don't want to go that complicated. I want to state that saying, let us all forget our differences and move forward, is counterproductive. What I would like to see is this government, and I've been saying so for, I created the phrase here in 79, I think it was, transparency and accountability. I was demanding that of Compton.
97, was it? No.
Yeah, even before that.
Okay.
And it became the mantra of the Labour Party in 1997. And it is still valid. Okay? We the people I'm not expecting governments to make decisions for us. But ideally, the government is supposed to carry out what the people by the mass want, not for the government to go and sell things to the people and offer them aspects of it that sound all right. Like if you read up on how the CIP was introduced to the people, how long it took, and what we were told, nothing about it coincides with the reality. And even if when there was never any referendum, we were never using the instruments provided by the state to get popular thing, except at election time. And election time is probably one of the most corrupt seasons we have. We have to find ways, even for transparency in how the electoral process works. We don't have that, Tim. So simply to say, I am all in favor. I have said it before, and that was twisted. We should all have a vested interest in the success of the government. But if we have something to complain about that country, that government, it doesn't mean we still don't have a vested interest in its success, Tim. People seem to think if you are critical of a particular policy, if you are critical about lack of accountability, that you to use the word bashing, you are bashing somebody. If you are calling on the Ministry of Health to be more transparent and more informative about, let's say, everything involved with St. Jude or healthcare generally, it is taken by the surrogates and the minister himself, because what you are doing is actually is either exposing his incompetence or his refusal to give information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you are not bashing the guy. You are calling for accountability in the office and everybody associated with the Ministry of Health. These are the things we have to learn. That just because you criticize, I got into trouble with that, as you know. Just because you criticize what a government does and you are part, whether you are part of the government or not, I was an independent, I was a senator, and you remember the story.
Yeah, government senator.
I criticized the government handling of Helen Air. And I was dumped with two other ministers for doing that. And the party turned on me. I don't want to present myself as a sacrificial lamb, because I'm not. I'm saying to you, when we say to people, let's just move forward, and we are Christians, that is bullshit, and we know it's bullshit, and we are hoping to mislead people with these little lines. Being Christian, you don't have to be a Christian to believe in God or live a good life, Tim. And we shouldn't be bringing God and religion. This is not a theocracy. We have rules. We have rules regarding Parliament. We have rules regarding the country. We have the criminal code. We have all those things. We don't have to invoke Christ and the cross and all those things. Those are things meant to misdirect the vulnerable. Let us run our government according to the Constitution. That's our Bible. Save our Christian beliefs and whatnot for church. The Constitution is our Bible. When the Constitution is abrogated, you've committed a mortal sin against the people. And the people should demand that you fix it. And all this stuff, let's be optimistic. Those things are not what's there. Let's work together. Let's not sit there and pray for optimism. Like I said the night it was party before the elections and they didn't like it. If you believe in prayer so much and leaving it to God and whatnot, then go and pray. Forget there's all the nasty campaigns and waste of money. Go in church and pray. Pray for election victories. And I can tell you what the result would be or is. So I hate it when words are used that sound good. And you know me, I always, my friend, what's his name? The guy who talked a while ago there.
Aaron Alexander?
Hey, my buddy. I'm not bashing him. I'm going against what he said.
Well, more than that, when Aaron can call his program and preach the need for unity, he's calling the wrong program and he's speaking to the wrong talk show host. All right.
Well, I will not go there, Tim, because that is not my argument.
No, I will go there. I will go there because he's talking unity.
Wherever he speaks as one of the spokespeople in this society, he should not be. He's a smart guy. He should not be invoking what we may or may not believe in, like existence of God, like Christianity, like religion. And by the way, religion and politics are both the worst evils in this country. Religion, I'm not talking about belief, I'm not talking about God. I'm talking about religion. Religion and politics are exactly the same. The greatest dividers in the country are religion, which requires people to be passive. When all your slavery was going on and whatnot, the Vatican was quiet, Tim. So we have to teach our people. And when he says about the politics, I get off the politics a bit, I wish we could. The trouble is almost everything you do here is somehow related to politics, and that's sad. If your program is going to be doing any kind of moderate, modifying a little bit, I would like that the subjects we don't understand, like the con games between religion and behaving in Christian, and the way you behave Christian is to go with the government no matter what the government is doing. That is false. That is fork-tongued. And I wish you would use your platform to explain that to people. And I want to close by saying I am the firmest believer that you must take a vested interest in the government, and that is to say the government runs according to the Constitution and the rules. And if you have a vested interest that only supports the government and never criticize the government, then you are complicit in anything the government does that is not quite fair and constitutional. Thank you, Tim.
All right, thank you so much for calling. But this program is not a program that's known for being divisive or dividing the people of St. Lucia. Aaron ought to know better. Call the other talk shows. You know the shows in St. Lucia whose aim is primarily to divide the people of this country. Let me turn my attention to Amanda. Good afternoon to you, Amanda. Let's find out what is happening in the chat room.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, NewsSpinners. Tim, a few comments here via the Facebook chat room. Someone says, Tim, you startled me. I thought you were saying they will be taking you off the air. Commentary says IMF just now and the pension will be 67 years, 17% VAT. That's me saying. And NewsSpinner says I swear PJP is from another planet. Commentary reads, a prime minister who engages in more negativity than you, your colleagues and supporters. Someone says this government is going to pass laws to restrict free speech. And NewsSpinner says I hope Claudius Francis is not the Speaker of the House. Those teeth scare me. Another commentary says Alan was always a lone leader behind the wheel. Commentary reads, what a world we're living in when you have to make it clear that you're saying it's just speculation and not fact, because people just cannot tell the difference between the two. And NewsSpinner says I think foreign affairs and investment should be as one. Another commentary reads, Frederick for national security and justice. Commentary says, Tim, let the people form their cabinet in peace. Someone says, if only Tim saw how long Stephen King stretched his mouth when he heard about the suggestion to give Sean Edward his Ministry of Infrastructure. And NewsSpinner says, Tim, everything you have said and continue to say where politics is concerned, there are things that we the people need to know. They are the matters that are very concerning to St. Lucia and St. Lucians. Things that we should know and most of the time are not forthcoming to us by those who are supposed to come out and tell us. But they will prefer us to speculate and search for answers in the air and then get upset when we do. But we should never stop being our own opposition on the outside looking in. A commentator says, family, let's be honest with ourselves. We weren't robbed, we weren't tricked, we were defeated clearly and decisively. And until we accept that truth, we cannot rise from it. Some amongst us have been clinging to conspiracy theories, and excuses, but none of those will rebuild this party. Excuses don't teach us. Conspiracies don't strengthen us. Only truth does. The voters spoke not once but twice. We may not like their message, but we must listen to it. That's how maturity works. That's how leadership works. But here is the hope. Defeat is not the end. It is a teacher. If we are willing to learn, we can return wiser, stronger, and more united than before. We have the talent. We have the people. We have the passion. What we need now is honesty, renewal, and the commitment to rebuild from the ground up. Flobo can rise again, but only if we face the truth today. Brighter days are ahead, stronger days are coming. A News Spinner says there via the Facebook chat room, thank you, caller. Richard Frederick is a grown man, was his excuse, but he is a minister in his office. A News Spinner says they're the owners of the cows in the shock area for Governor General because he has some real power. Commentary says, you fanned the fire, now you want peace. Man, get out of here. Always when it suits you. Red and ready. Commentary says, I do not see St. Lucian's moving forward because in the new year, it will still be Chasney did this, Chasney did that. I saw a post on Richard Frederick's page with Chasney has to pay and the same old. Team, nothing will change come next year and moving forward. Someone says there it's not just about the politicians and the talk show hosts, but what about the so-called influencers? It seems they run things these days, and some of them are the biggest culprits when it comes to disrespecting people. Someone says there, Tim, is this the same Prime Minister who refused to shake the hands of the opposition leader in church, talking about unity? Someone says there, it is nice that there is talk about unity. I approve that. I pray that people are genuine about it. Let me see what happens. News Spinner says there via Facebook, I agree, team. They sowed the seed of division for years. How about apologizing for their hand in the degradation of society and tell the minions to back off? Someone says our correction, they want St. Lucians, sorry, to submit, not unite. Someone says there, it is time to finally say that we are suffering because we have two languages here in St. Lucia, and it is affecting how we critically think and understand, and that is why there is chaos on this island. Someone says there are the things we want, it is hell for any government to deliver to us. They want to always dictate what they're doing for us. Someone says there via Facebook, in reference to Rick Wayne's remark about slavery, morality, and social justice, while social norms and the general view often define what is considered morally correct at a given time, history shows many instances where the majority opinion was retrospectively deemed unjust or immoral. Example, historical acceptance of slavery or certain discriminatory policies. Excuse me. A few comments here via YouTube. Someone says, I think both independent candidates should not be given a post because he already helped in getting them to win their seats since he asked the SLP supporters to vote for these two candidates. Someone says there, I do not know what is wrong with St. Lucian's. The hatred, the bitterness, the lack of love has consumed the hearts of the masses. This is very sad the way things are going down. And a commentary via the YouTube chat room, a News Spinner says, caller, the people do not do their research. They just sit there and believe all what the ministers say. That is sad. Shake my head. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that update. We have some more still to come on the broadcast regarding the comments you make in the chat rooms. We have a press release from the political leader of the UWP, Mr. Alan Chasney, dated the 10th of December 2025. It reads, I acknowledge and respect the decision delivered today by the court in the defamation claim brought by Richard Frederick against me. At this time, we are still awaiting the full written judgment and have thus far only received the judge's oral summary of the decision. However, based on the summary provided, we have the firm view that there are very strong and compelling grounds of appeal. Once the full judgment is reviewed, we will proceed to take the necessary steps to appeal the decision. We remain confident in our position and in the appellate process, and we will continue to address this matter with the utmost diligence and respect for the court. A press release coming from the political leader of the UWP, Mr. Alan Chasney. Still to come, some more of your WhatsApp messages. We'll continue the discussion and take your calls. And also Amanda will have some more updates. Please stay with the broadcast. In the meantime, shop directly from the U.S. with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It is simple. Whatever you buy, buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Fruit is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. That WhatsApp number again, 1737-409-4048. Or visit their website at smackfruit.com, SMAKFREIGHT.com.
Ho, ho, ho. I had a dream that I, Santa, will be giving away amazing gifts this Christmas at Europa Hardware in Massat Grosile. I saw a Karcher pressure washer, a vacuum cleaner, steel brush cutters, Metabo power tools, even a welding machine, tile cutter, and Leo water pump. Just spend $500 or more between now and December 19, 2025. And your name and number goes into the box to be drawn. Christmas couldn't be better. Only Europa is making things so merry. Ho, ho, ho. It's not a dream, it's a fact. Shop at Europa Hardware. Call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
What if the next drop is the last? St. Lucia is facing longer, more intense dry spells, and our water sources are drying up. And when the rains come, they come harder and faster, damaging our homes and disrupting our water supply. But we can change the outcome. By conserving water and protecting our sources, every small action adds up. WASCO, working in collaboration with the Water Resource Management Agency, is committed to securing our water future. But we need your help. Together, we can protect our water, our health, and our future. One small step can make a big impact. Let's secure our water and secure our future. For more information, visit wascostlucia.com.
Yeah, man. Great job, guys. I love it. Yeah, man. You guys see how the place starting to look nice?
Not just nice. This STEP program creates a safer and healthier community for all of us to live in. CIP is doing so many good things in the communities and providing jobs for us. It's a win-win for everyone. I am the I in CIP.
I am the I in CIP. It's about our citizenship by investment program.
The season is here at KFC. It's Christmas in every way. Grab a festive feast bucket or festive feast box today. And every time you purchase, you have chances to win. Day passes, vouchers, jewelry, and appliances all tucked in. Dipping wings, crispy chicken, biscuits, and sodas all inside. Fries and coleslaw, we spreading joy island-wide. Or choose the festive feast box with a big crunch inside. With chicken, fries, and soda, that's magic we can't hide.
It's KFC, finger-licking good! This promotion has been approved by the National Lotteries Authority of St. Lucia.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbute at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Hey Lucelec, it's Nia. I'm in full festive mode, but I can just use a little bit of guidance to choose the perfect Christmas lights. Any advice?
Hey, Nia. This is me, Fernan. And you know I've got you covered. Choosing the perfect Christmas lights can be a merry adventure. But don't you worry, let me hook you up with some holiday tips. LED lights are like the holiday superheroes. They shine brilliantly while using less energy. Plus, they will keep the festive spirit alive all season long. And here's a jolly tip. Remember that decking the halls will give your meter a little extra workout. But hey, it's all part of the holiday magic, right?
LED lights it is, Fernan. Thanks for helping me light up the holiday season.
You got it, Nia. Wishing you a season filled with joy, sparkle, and a touch of energy-saving cheer. If you're aiming for energy-saving superhero status, don't forget to unplug those lights before going to bed.
chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home? We've got the mortgage. Starting your first business? Count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexar, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Flow can make the season even merrier. Switch to a Flow prepaid combo plan and we'll give you a 30-day plan absolutely free. That's a whole month on us. 36 gigabytes of data, unlimited calls and texts, plus all the social media and WhatsApp you need to share every festive moment. Plus, spin the wheel for even more prizes. Switch to Flow prepaid today and get your next combo on the house. Sign up in-store today or visit online at discoverflow.co. We keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
If you're working for a while, come by Cots, I'll make you smile. Cots Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at Cots. Yeah, it's back. Cots Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. And best deals of this season. Shop and credit to it big. And pay nothing until next year, January. Clock out and come down to Coats. Cots already load. Cots already load. Friday starts. Cots already load. And go when the Friday come out.
Whether you like it or not, this is the most monitored talk show in the world. We continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. We have a call in the landline. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yes, Spin, how you doing?
Good afternoon, brother Harris. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks, Big Bun.
I'm okay, brother Harris.
Come on, I don't have to make it quick. You don't have much time. I was listening from the time. I've never listened to news, nothing from the time of the election, and before too. But I heard some guys say that people or he's listening to all talk shows. That's one of the reasons our country is in that mess, because we leave our children, we let our children listen to all sorts of stupidness, and they implanted these things in them. You know why our country is in that state? And why that election was so, whatever people want to call it. Number one, I'm blaming 90% of politicians. Number two, I'm blaming 95% Christians, we Christians. The things the politician was saying, was preaching, and you get Christians going with the flow. The church is divided. There is hatred in the body of Christ. We choose to listen to politicians, and I'm talking about both sides, instead of listening to God and stand in the gap. I didn't tell anybody they cannot vote or that. But there's a limit we have to go. We got to be the example. Now I'm hearing people calling for peace, people calling it finished, and so on. Let's come together. There is nothing wrong coming together. God loves us to come together. But before we come together, we have some work to do. And I hope a lot of Christians are listening to me. Before they call Brother Harris phone and say, let's pray and fast, tell them, please don't. You know when I'm going to pray and fast? And when the politicians are going to see that country change, and those people that call in talking nonsense and saying, oh, it's finished, and so on, let's get on. All of us who have been sowing discord and talking nonsense, especially we Christians, we cannot go to God now and just pray to God. We got to make an open confession. The world hears, everybody heard us. We got to say, I was wrong. I should have condemned those things. I should not have done what I've done and say what I said. I want you all to forgive me. And then when I heard that, a worldwide confession, then we go to God. God said like that, if you have aught against your brother, don't come and do anything for me. If you've been an offering, leave it there and go to your brother and make it straight. Some time ago, I called a Christian program, Free Sundays, and a brother, I suppose, was talking nonsense. And I correct him, and he called me afterwards on the phone, and he said, Brother Harris, why you had to treat me like that over the air? Why you didn't call me privately? I say, sir, the whole world hear you. There are Christians that heard you, and that can make them go astray. You said it openly, so I have to rebuke you openly. If you had said it to me, I would come to you and say it. This nation is divided, and hatred is like a joke. You can imagine people having whatever sickness, cancer, and other people on Facebook rejoicing at that. In '79, I cried on my bed for the banana industry because I told my wife, politicians are going to kill our banana industry. And still said, so done. Now the only thing I have left is tourism. I pray God it does not reach that far. Because we have been seeing blue man, red man, short man, and the world is so divided because of racism. And we are practicing it in our country. And Christians are involved. Instead, we come and preach the word of God and say in front of God there is no short, black, white, ugly, and so on. We're taking part in it. Rick said something a while ago. The worst thing is politician and religion. I want to tell you he's right, but some people, they make the mistake between religion and Christians. There's a big gap, bigger than the world. Religion is not Christianity. Christianity is follower of Christ. Rick said like that, the Constitution, no, we have to go on the Bible. No, Mr. Rick, my friend, you're wrong. Not the Constitution. If the Constitution, when I listen to it, it links with the Bible how God asks us to live. But we human beings have taken it and corrupt the system. That's the problem. If we live according to the word of God, it's not going to be like that. Some people say, oh, Jesus said on the cross, forgive them. Mister, you heard me. Don't take the word of God to suit your own ends. Okay? Jesus said, forgive. Of course he said that. And we're not seeing forgiveness in our country. That don't mean if somebody do something wrong, just come and say, I forgive you. You got to expose it. You got to stand against it. You don't have to hold that in your heart, but you have to come and expose it.
Okay, Brother Harris.
Taken away.
Time is against us.
Tim, just 1 second. 1 second. I want to call on all Christians, all pastors. I know them, but I want them to call me that, of course, so much division together with the politicians. Now the churches are divided. I just read every day how we. That's why people like me, it is right saying, oh, our churches are empty. Of course they are empty because we don't preach to to stand on the word of God, we think to get to no problem. Tim, I'll call again before you go on Friday.
Okay, Brother Harris. Thank you so much for calling. All the best to you. What's happening in the chat room, Amanda? Any comments to go through?
Tim, just a few from me. Someone says here, how can we unite when we preach racism and slander people's characters? Someone says here, tell them don't throw dirt at people and call it love, a bunch of haters and hypocrites in the highest level. And NewsSpin says here, the bitterness will continue. This is democracy. As long as the party is not in power, nothing is right. Commentary reads, keep going like this, you all will be staying in opposition for 20 years. Someone says here, I guess by then we might have one pillar for an international airport, and bush medicine will replace healthcare systems. A few comments over YouTube. Someone says he never once denounced the slander. Someone says I keep hearing everyone saying let's move on. However, no correction is made for the wrongs done. Everyone is like, well, people have done wrong and let's move on. This is foolishness. Someone says here, it seems that the only time St. Lucians have to move on and forgive and forget is when the SLP wins. But when UWP is in power, they operate as usual. Alan. I hope Thursdays are different. Someone says here via the YouTube chat room, a lot of the people who are speaking about unity and moving on, I guarantee that if UWP had won the election, they would be singing a different song. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much, Amanda. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Another call on the landline. Good afternoon to you. You're on the air. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to just say something this afternoon, Tim. Where were Aaron Alexander at the time when they used to call Alan Shasley Massa? They make at least 85% of our population to hate Alan Shasley. Where was he? All the damage have been done, Tim. Tim, when you hurt somebody, Tim, you sometimes it will take a while for that hurt to disappear. And you know, right now, I want to say to Aaron Alexander, too little, too late, because he should preach love before. Why now? Why is now he is preaching love? You understand? Because he's the one, he's part of the hate too. Because he don't like Alan Shasley. He used to call Alan Shasley Massa. So right now he wants to say, let's move on. So what about the things that have been happening before? What was he? You understand? So I want to say to Aaron Alexander and his crew, too little, too late. You understand? He need to go to Alan and ask Alan to forgive him. You understand? So that is you see the hypocrisy that is in our country today, Tim. I don't like it. I mean, the people have been spoken. I agree. You understand? I have no objection to that. But some of these fellas now, they're going to benefit from this government. So that is why they are saying to everybody, let's move forward. Let's love each other. To me, these fellas, I want to say, Aaron, keep his advice to himself, man. We don't want your advice, man. And Tim, have a good afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. Somebody says there, Brother Harris, this is one time I agree with you. Some of us even went about praying on political platforms, asking God to believe a lie. We know better than that, and we sit and condone that behavior. God will hold us responsible for the downfall of the nation. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Timothy.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
And how are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Let me tell you, with election come, it go, it finish already. We are one nation. We have to try to learn and move on. Now, they're trying to make all kind of things. I don't know if you remember after the election in St. Vincent, the statement that Ernest Hillel made. Ernest Hillel publicly make a statement that they're going to do whatever it takes, but they will never lose election. It's a public statement he make. He did not make that off air. Public statement. Now, I heard they're attacking you now. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from the news.
I am also hearing they have a big plan for me too. But I'm waiting.
Well, yeah, but Timothy, God is good, you know.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around, you know.
Well, it's always important to know. It's always important to know what your enemies are saying about you and what plan they have for you in the new year.
For you.
So when you understand that, then you go to the drawing board and you start to prepare, because it's a battle. You have to prepare.
It's a battle. Yeah. It's a battle you have on your hand.
You have to prepare.
Prepare for it.
Yes.
And do not put your guard down. You put there's a thing. Hold your armor up. Hold your armor up. And I tell you, we lost with Guthrie. We did not lost with any conviction that we did anything out of the way. Okay, we did not lose. We did not put nothing out of the way. But God is good. Now I don't know if you remember, Mr. Philip J.P. said there was a question they asked him about some kind of tax business, and he said when he going to impose his tax, he said not yet.
Yeah.
So not yet. So let us prepare ourselves for it. Anyway, have a blessed afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Still to come on the broadcast, the question of the day. We have the NewsSpin news of the day as well. Shop directly from the U.S. with Smack Freight International. Vehicles, heavy equipment, tools, parts, building materials, commercial equipment, office equipment, furniture, personal goods, home goods, shoes, clothing, restaurant equipment and supplies, uniforms, and so much more. Smack Freight International also offers a broad selection of top quality products with real-time availability and fast delivery. It is simple. Whatever you buy it for less at Smack Freight. Smack Freight is now serving the Caribbean. WhatsApp them today at 1737-409-4048. That WhatsApp number again, 1737-409-4048. Or visit their website at smackfreight.com, SMAKFREIGHT.com.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastors Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast in sand, and plaster in sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastors Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastors Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Get ready, St. Lucia. It's the MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Wonderful Weekend Sale event happening December 11th to 14th and 19th to 21st. 2 weekends of savings you cannot miss. Enjoy a massive 25% off store-wide. That's right, everything you need for the holidays now at incredible saving. Plus amazing doorbuster deals and 50% on Christmas decoration. So, mark your calendars, grab your shopping list, and head to MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt this December for wonderful weekends and 25% off store-wide.
Terms and conditions apply. See in store for details.
Lucelec's customer service office in Rodney Bay is now open to serve you on Saturdays. We're located on the second floor of the Providence Commercial Center. Our Saturday operating hours are 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The same great online options are available for your every need. If you do want to come in to see us, our team will be pleased to help you with new connections, bill queries, payments, and other service requests. Lucelec's Rodney Bay office, now open to serve you on Saturdays.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
Ho, ho, ho. I had a dream that I, Santa, will be giving away amazing gifts this Christmas at Europa Hardware in Massad Grosile. I saw a Karcher pressure washer, a vacuum cleaner, steel brush cutters, Metabo power tools, even a welding machine, tile cutter, and Leo water pump. Just spend $500 or more between now and December 19, 2025. And your name and number goes into the box to be drawn. Christmas couldn't be better. Only Europa is making things so merry. Ho, ho, ho. It's not a dream, it's a fact. Shop at Europa Hardware. Call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
The season is here at KFC. It's Christmas in every way. Grab a festive feast bucket or festive feast box today. And every time you purchase, you have chances to win. Day passes, vouchers, jewelry, and appliances all tucked in. Dipping wings, crispy chicken, biscuits, and sodas all inside. Fries and coleslaw, we spreading joy island-wide. Or choose the festive feast box with a big crunch inside. With chicken, fries, and soda, that's magic we can't hide.
It's KFC, finger licking good. This promotion has been approved by the National Lotteries Authority of St. Lucia.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
This Christmas, Flow's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $29. Plus, we're giving you 50% off your mobile bill. And win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
Every day, St. Lucian women give everything to their families, communities, and dreams. Yet breast cancer still claims too many lives. Now, St. Lucia is making history. For the first time, state-of-the-art 3D mammography is available right here at home. Donated by the World Bank through the Health Sector Support Program, these advanced machines are a major step forward in universal health coverage, and they're free. Women 40 and older or younger, if at risk, can access this life-saving service. Visit your local wellness center for a referral. Early detection saves lives. Free mammograms, universal coverage. Your wellness center is your first step.
If you're working for a while, come by Courts, I'll make you smile. Cause Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at cost. Yeah, it's back. God's Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. Biggest and best deals of this season. Shop and credit to it big. And pay nothing until next year, January. Clock out and come down to court. Cuts already load. Cuts already load. Black Friday starts. Cuts already load. And go when Black Friday come out.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. The time now for the NewsSpin question of the day. The NewsSpin question of the day reads, Alan Shastney remains at the helm of the United Workers' Party. What say you? The NewsSpin question of the day, Alan Shastney remains at the helm of the UWP. What say you? And some of you have been commenting on the NewsSpin Facebook page, but this is what Guy Joseph, former government minister in a previous United Workers' Party administration, has to say on the matter.
On the issue of Alan Shastney and political leader of the United Workers' Party, that is a decision that the party gets to make, not other persons who want to dictate who should be and who should not be. I believe the UWP and its executive, its national council, and its general membership is in the best position to decide where we go from there and how we go from there. So at the end of the day, people will have their opinions, people will have their own points of view about it. How many times you lose an election? How many times did the leader in St. Vincent lose election? How many times did Kamala lose elections in Trinidad? So at the end of the day, it is a matter of people's preference, people's opinions. If you reject a party, it is not just about the leader of the party. The leader plays a major role in how people would vote and how they would see a particular government. But that's not the only determining factor in this.
Just heard there from former government minister in a previous United Workers' Party administration, Mr. Guy Joseph. Time now for the NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, U.S. could ask tourists for 5-year social media history before entry. U.S. could ask tourists for 5-year social media history before entry. And I just would like to share some more information with you and extracted from the bbc.com website. Tourists from dozens of countries, including the UK, could be asked to provide a 5-year social media history as a condition of entry to the United States under a new proposal unveiled by American officials. The new condition would affect people from dozens of countries who are eligible to visit the U.S. for 90 days without a visa, as long as they have filled out an electronic system for travel authorization or ESTA form. Since returning to the White House in January, President Donald Trump has moved to toughen U.S. borders more generally, citing national security as a key reason. Analysts say the new plan could pose an obstacle to potential visitors or harm their digital rights. That's a broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. My name is Timothy Poleon. Join me this evening, 7 o'clock on DBS television for the DBS News World, and 8:30 Newsmaker Live. I have a special guest, the final Newsmaker Live broadcast for this year. We'll be back, God willing, tomorrow afternoon, 12:30. Goodbye.